Hey, Barry here. On this video, I want to talk to you about clawhammer ukulele techniques. There's lots of them on the internet and on YouTube and everything, and everybody's got the secret. I guess I've got a secret too. And those are what I'm going to share with you. These are things that I've seen people doing that they shouldn't be doing, and this is how I've learned to play clawhammer ukulele and clawhammer 5-string banjo and so forth. I want to share some of this stuff with you. First of all, finger picks. You don't need to use any kind of mechanical picks if you've got good fingernails. You need at least a 1/16 of an inch over the meat of your finger in order to strike the string. If you're trying to play with the meat of your fingers, you're going to have a lot of trouble getting nice clear tones. I like to use a metal finger pick. It's been filed down a little bit flatter so it matches the curve of my fingernail. I find that it gives me a little better, brighter tone, and I can hear what's going on if I'm playing cleanly and so forth. The next thing is how you should have your hand. Okay, the name clawhammer should kind of be a tip-off. It's not little finger picks like this where people are doing this. I see this all the time. Ladies like to do this, no offense. But it's a claw. You might say it's like the thumbs up kind of deal, like the Fonz used to do. But it really kind of works like that, because when you come down to play the strings, you're in this position. It's just turning it and playing it. Okay, now the thing about hitting it is you got to have these fingers curved, and they're curved up. They're not curved down so you can pick real cutely and all this kind of stuff. They're curved up because what you want to do is you're going to do a rest stroke. In other words, you're going to hit the string, and your finger is going to slide right off the string, just like that. If your finger's out straight, you're going to get hung up and you're going to hit other strings. So it's a rest stroke. And the other thing is, and this is real important, you are hitting the strings with your fingers. You're not doing little pretty picking strokes. You're hitting the strings. You're also landing on the head of your instrument, whether it's a wood instrument or a banjo with a skin on it. You are hitting it, and in order to do that hit stroke, it's a wrist action. It's a hinge there. You're not doing a twisting like you're strumming or anything like that. It's a wrist action, and you're hitting straight down. I a lot of times like to get my arm a little more parallel to the neck than up here and playing down here. So it's kind of hard to play down here, but I find it a little bit easier if my arm is more parallel to the neck, parallel to the neck. Okay? So you're hitting the strings rather than plucking it. Now, the other thing that's real important is, and I see this all the time, people can get that rest stroke without any problem, but it's sounding the fourth string with your thumb. Everybody likes to do this pick stuff, which is not correct. The ideal way to do this is when you hit that first string or your melody string with your finger, you're coming down on the fourth string with your thumb, and you're bending that string. So what happens is when you come up to get the next melody note, you're not picking, you're just lifting. And if you bend that string when you hit it, it's going to sound. But it's got to be bent when you hit it. Whoops, caught it there. So that's what's happening is you got to bend that fourth string. You got to hit that rest stroke. Just like that. The wrist wrist action, none of this twisting stuff like you're strumming. You don't want that. You want this wrist action, and you're actually hitting the strings. You have to practice this in order to get your aim good. But I guarantee you, once you practice this enough, your aim will get pretty good, and you'll be playing music and everything. And here's the key thing, and I think it's the most important thing. I hear lots of people, when people come up and talk to me about Clawhammer Ukulele, they say, oh, well, I've tried that, and it just didn't work for me. I could never get it. You got to practice. You're not going to get it messing around for an hour or 2 hours or a week. You've got to practice it. It depends, and really depends on how bad you want to learn to play it. It's just kind of like all the different strum strokes for the ukulele. You've got to practice those strokes in order to master them. And it's the same thing with the ukulele and a clawhammer ukulele. Is you've got to practice this technique of rest strokes, wrist action, bending that string, that fourth string, and just sit there and just practice and practice. Just like that. I hope this helps you out with this technique. Really, if you practice it, you'll get it. It's not that hard, but you've got to want to, and you can't give up. It's like anything you new that you're going to learn. It's difficult at the beginning, but you will get it. So hang in there. Check out my book, Thumping on the Old Time Uke. It's available on Amazon and on my website, GordBanjosByBarry.com. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks.